Oh, welcome back. It's still Francesco here, and today I will talk to you about how does the investor mind works. So, before you start fundraising, we already discussed the last time that fundraising is absolutely important for you. If you raise a lot of money, you will be succeeding more than who won't raise a lot of money. And again, if your competitor is raising more money than you, he probably will succeed more than you. That's a fact. And the only reason why Silicon Valley is so powerful is because they got access to a lot of money, while we in the rest of the planet, we don't. So money brings more money. And you need to learn and put extra focus on these videos to learn how, at least have the basic understanding on how fundraising work, and then you can start doing your own way and acting and learning yourself. So, and you will increase the chance to fundraise, and fundraise is the main road block to any startups in emerging markets. Most of the time is this. So let's start. How to learn how to fundraise, you need to learn how does the investor mind works. So this is very important. If you don't get this, the chance to fundraise are basically zero. These are the returns of the investments made by VCs from the 85 to 2014. I mean, I've seen the graph also right now, and it's basically the same thing. And this is something that every investor knows. So you can speak with every investor on the planet. They can tell you that it's obvious that they know about those things. It's unreal that they don't know. So everyone knows it. They know that every time they do 20 deals, you can see here 20 deals. One deal out of 20 is a bit more, because one deal out of 20 is 5%, but 6%. So one deal out of 20, we generate more than every other deal, more than 19 deals altogether. So you can see here that a company does 20 deals. Let's suppose this is 20. A company has 100 deals, so it's easier. 100 deals. So invest in 100 companies. A VCs invest in 100 companies. So 50% of those companies will return less than 1x. So they'll invest. So 1 million per company, 100 company, 100 millions. 50% will return less than 1 million. 20% more or less will return from 1 to 2 million per company. Another 15% will return from 2 to 5 million per company. Another 10% will return from 5 to 10 million per company. Finally, 6 company out of 100 will return 10x more, so for 10 million more to the company. You can see this. Now, after 10 years of investments, you will look how much money you've made, and you realize that more than 60% of all the money you made are coming from 6% of the companies. So if you invest in 20 companies, you will realize that 60% of your money is coming from one company only. So what does this mean? And this, again, this is something that's not that I discovered. It's not that we discovered. It's something that everyone knows. Every investor is aware of and knows it and acts thinking of it. It means that your money is coming from one outlier. All the other one are pretty much irrelevant. So it means that if you're investing in 20 companies and you miss this one, you got 60% less of returns. And what does that mean? It means that when I invest, I know that one could give me more than anyone else. So I don't need to do 20 good deals. I need to do one good deal that make more than anything. So I'm happy as an investor to risk and risk big. Why? Because if I risk big, 10 out of 20 will fail, I don't care, but one will return more, maybe two will return more. So I will never invest in you unless I don't think you are this one. If you are not a 6% company, I will not invest in you. So what does that mean? It means that if you don't have any potential to be a 6% company, I won't invest in you. So if you are a great business, but you can just become a $5 million company, I invest in you when you're worth 1 million, then you do 5x. That's great in theory, but I don't care. I care if you got the potential to do 20x. If you have a shop, if you have an app that could work just in Tunisia, okay, or if you have a local business that is working great, is technologically smart, by just in Serbia, I don't care, because the market is not big enough to make me justify that you will be a 6% company. Another thing I want you to notice is, so what does that mean? It means that local opportunities cannot happen? No. It means that if you are willing to raise money, you need to be prepared that you can start from Tunisia, you can start from Serbia, you can start from Kosovo, but you have to have at least a plan, okay, to go in the rest of the world and become a 10, 20, 30x value company. Because what we are going to, as an investor, we're going just to look at you only and only if you got the potential to become a 10x investments. Otherwise, we don't care. Even if you're a smart guy, I would rather say no. That's the thing. Another thing I want you to see, we do 6% of the deals done. These 6%, they bring 60% of the return. So the most prolific investments, they require 5% of the capital. What does it mean? That those investments are cheaper than the average, okay? 6%, 5% of the capital means that those guys usually get less money than the others. Why I'm saying this? It means that investors usually invest less money in the winners, and that's a sign, and obviously they don't plan to do it, they simply do it because they basically don't know who's going to succeed. This is a clear signal. The investors don't know who's going to succeed. Otherwise, they will put 10% of their money here, but they've got absolutely no clue. So they just throw money, and they are lucky enough to get one good, and this one good will make this money. Got it? So what do we learn from this? The investor will never invest in you unless you are a 10x opportunity. And if you are in a local market, it's fine, but you need to show off to investors that you can potentially be a global unicorn. You can potentially be a 20x company, 100x company. I would rather invest in a very bad competitor of Facebook that could become a $1 trillion company rather than a good business just in the local areas. Another important graph that is basically saying the same thing is that, as you can see here, okay, 0.4% of the investments generate 50x and plus. Again, in 1 out of 200, basically, or less than 1 out of 200 generate these investments, okay? So whomever get these investments is becoming way richer than the other investors. So it's all about getting this small one. But who's the small one? We don't know. But it means that if every investor knows exactly that to become very rich, they need to get this one here, this 1 out of 200. It means that if you want to be appealing to investors, you need to at least have the potential to be one of these. Again, it's the same thing as before. So you can be local, but your mindset, your plan, your vision should be a 50x company. What does it mean 50x company? It means that if your valuation is right now 1 million, okay, if you're raising money at a 1 million valuation, your goal should be to show off that you can become a 50 million valuation. And if you're raising a 10 million valuation, your goal should be to show off that you can become a $500 million valuation company. Okay? Because, and you will never be a 500 million valuation company if you stick in your region. You need to be global, or at least you need to be very, very, very strong and big in your region. Okay? So one thing that you should do right now is sit down and think, is my idea big enough to justify the investor take a risk of a 50x? If it's no, do it, just need to improve. If it's yes, then go. Think a $500 million company. Okay, what do they look like? What do they have? Can I potentially become one of those? If yes, you go fundraising. If no, just don't go fundraising. Just fix your strategy first, or don't never fundraise anymore. It's fine to not fundraise. It's important if you want to be on the step board, but you can also don't fundraise and be successful anyway. But if you want to fundraise, you need to show off that you got this potential. Okay. Again, this is one thing I want you to understand. VCs survive if they spot unicorn. The most successful VCs are the ones that spot the one company of 200 did 50x. So if you want to be considered one, that is worth fundraising, you need to have the potential to be a unicorn. If you don't have the potential to be a unicorn, but you can be a great company, but local, but not a unicorn, no point. So how do you, what do you need to say to make sure the investors will at least consider you for the next round? So when an investor look at you, they start thinking, okay, is this company going to bring at least me 20x? Obviously, they know there's a very high chance you're going to fail, but do you have the potential to bring me 20x? It's fine if you're going to fail, but you have to have the potential. What can give me the signal that you can do it? The first thing is a big enough market that can bring you there and the numbers to back you up. So is your market big enough that if you grow, you will become a 20x company? So let's suppose your valuation is 5 million. So 20x means 100 million. Can you grow big enough to reach 100 million valuation? Probably yes, if you're not local, because there's no market as of today that is global and you cannot reach 100 million valuation. Second thing, is there a need in the market that right now could justify 100 million valuation? So do people need what you're doing? Third thing, is it your solution the right one? Because sometimes you have there's a need in the market, you have a good product, but you don't have the right solution. So no. This thing is the very, very important thing. It's probably the most important thing. Is the team good enough? So when investors judge you, they always think of one thing. They don't know, but so the investors see like 100 pitch deck per week and probably 1,000. Okay, they probably see like they see 5,000 per year. Okay, so they cannot possibly know everything about every market. So how do they make decision? They make decision on team. It means that if you are already a successful entrepreneur, they will be really happy to back you up, because if you're already a successful entrepreneur, probably you know how to do businesses, and if you are accountable for your company, you get a great company, and it means I can give you my money because you're already good. So you will do more with my money than I will do with my money. So great, let's do it. But if you don't have any track record, and as like Zuckerberg didn't have any track record when he started, okay? So how do you show off this? You show off with traction. So if you show off that you're making a lot of money yourself, then yes. Finally, this is very important. So these are all on you, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4 is all on you. This one is on the investor side. When they look at you, they say, and that's something I do every time. So I do pass on a lot of deals, not because I don't trust the person or not because I don't trust the model, simply because I don't have enough experience to judge it. So every time I look at you, I think, do I understand this model or I need more research? If I think that I do understand the model, I do understand the business, I do understand the market, yes, I go on. If I don't think I am the right person to judge, okay, I will simply pass, okay? Then eventually I can learn and then go back to you, and then I will say no. So the majority of the investor, I'm telling you, say no, not because they don't like you, but because they don't know the field. If they don't know the field, there's no point to take this risk, okay? So what does this mean to you? It means that from 1 to 4, there's something that you will be happy to, you have to back it up when you start pitching people. You need to explain them that you got a big market, there's a big need, that your product is right, and you're very good. This is something that you need to pick it up. But this one, it means that when you reach out to investor, they will say no because they don't understand you. So you need to reach out to people that potentially can understand you. Because again, if I had a pretty good company when it comes to basically my mobile marketing. Okay, so what I know is mobile marketing. So if you come to me with an idea of mobile marketing, I can tell you if it makes sense or not. If you come to me with an idea of crypto, blockchain, something, I've got no clue. So I'd rather say no because I don't understand. So it means that if you want a fundraising, you need to talk with mobile marketing people if you're fundraising in the mobile market. Okay, so this is super important. Now, this ends our video, and let's talk about strategy. So who to ask to, what to ask to, and which price you should have when it comes to fundraising. Okay, thank you so much, and let's see in the next